God help me. I, I don't even know how to start this. Between what? May 21st was when the finish of Super Mario Luigi RPG to this? Well over a month, and I'm aware how much hasn't been done. Also understand shit showing. Do I even need to explain what I'm referring to? Or should I give a hint? Actually, even then, it's probably going to be way too on the nose. That's ever stopped me. I'll say this much though. It's astounding how you would go from. He probably should be going into another war to. Yeah, let's go into another war. It's not like 2002 happened 23 years ago. I was 5 at the time that happened. And I'm 27. No, 28 actually. And it's nice to see that nothing has changed. We are truly in the dumbest timeline. And I'd like to say the meme, oh, I don't want to be on this planet. But the alternative is, well, there is no alternative. We're stuck here. Don't even joke about going to Mars. Because we're nowhere near that at all. We're stuck here in the idiocy that is leading us. Oh, because of my price stakes. Fuck off. Anyway, that's not even why we're here. Because originally I was gonna think about trying to record. Because, like, for what I had intended to do, it was gonna require a combination of streaming and recording. Because, let's be real. Oh, and I'm not even recording either, so that's a great start. I haven't been doing recordings of my streams since. When did I start, actually? I don't think I ever did. I think it's kind of just a thing. I kind of just transitioned to just downloading the VODs from my channel and then editing them into like stream highlights. That's been a thing that I've been doing consistently. Oh boy. As much as I would like to actually get a start on this, I do want to at least try and talk about shit before actually diving into it, because there's a lot to unpack. Well, not a lot, just a decent chunk that I want to get to, because it does relate to why I even try to do a blind playthrough, forgetting that I don't even like doing that on the channel, let alone watching it on other people's stuff. The reason is because I don't like watching people that don't at least have an idea of what they're doing. It's like doing stuff for the first time. To do it on your own time is like, okay, cool, they experienced it, it is kind of cool. The moment it starts becoming like video playthroughs, let's plays, or even streams, and I understand the hypocrisy is considering how much I've seen of streams of that. Especially for games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, I'm like, oh god, no. Because I have no idea how the hell that's gonna pan out. But no, that's just not a preference of mine. So to think that I was gonna do that for not only a sequel to one of my favorite RPGs on the PS2, but going about it only knowing about the music that you're hearing right now, it could only end poorly on my end. It can only end poorly, and I have no one but to blame myself for that. I should have known, especially considering how much would be changed between now and then. Oh god. Alright. I think that's at least the basis of what I'm going to do. Well, besides what I had planned. Because while I was going to do a playthrough of this, I figured, you know what? I'm going to try something at least a little bit different. It's like, I'm more or less familiar with Dogma, at least somewhat. Not so much speedrunning it, which that's another beast entirely. So in the back of my head, since I was already going back to play, this is another thing. I think it was like a year after I attempted to do a blind playthrough, someone actually did like a remastered hack for Dark Cloud to add like quality of life changes and a bunch of other shit to it, including like side quests. It was like, damn, man, I could have chosen a better time to play Dark Cloud. Had I waited like a year, I probably could have done that instead of doing a regular playthrough that I did for the Chen. That sucked. Yeah. We're still experiencing excessive heat. And I'm doing it in an easy bake oven. That's gonna be fun, isn't it? Okay, now all jokes aside. I want to do a playthrough of this. And intermittent to that, I wanted to do like comparison, see how much of this compares to Dark Cloud. That's basically what I wanted to do for this, but I'm not even sure if I want to do that. Considering how much time I actually have on a regular basis nowadays. Instead of something I kind of wish I was discussing, while I was trying to get this prepared, I was already doing modding for another game. And I'm like, I'm already playing this much. I might as well see if I can do a playthrough sometime down the road. The only thing I'll say is this: it's been a long. Actually, no, I played Zelda too, but despite it being one of my favorite franchises, it's shocking how little Zelda I've actually played. Hell, shocking how little Pokemon I've played, and that's not without good reason. Whatever faith I did have for Pokemon actually improving for the better, might as well be thrown out the fucking window. And no amount of seeing Pokemon Legends ZA, or Arceus for that matter, is gonna make me think, yeah, Pokemon used to be good. No. Now when it's Game Freak at the helms, have someone else develop it for fuck's sake. While we're at it, have the Pokemon Company not rush it the fuck out of it. Or give so little of a shit about it for that matter. If it was any of their merchandise, they wouldn't. Ah, but it's a kid's game, so it's okay if we don't give a shit. Fuck you. Alright. I think I've done enough dilly-daddling as I'm actively face-palming my absolute disdain for an industry that does not seem to learn its lessons. And I know it's probably going to be asked sometime down the road, so if not now, probably sometime later, in case for one reason or another someone asks, no, I'm not getting a Switch 2. I've seen enough and I've heard enough of what I would need to know about the Switch 2. I'm not getting it. I'd sooner get to my backlog of shit that I've yet to get to, both for the channel and my own time, than to drop $450 on a console that's only a marginal improvement, or upwards to $80 on a game that I don't even own. And that's including, what was it, $60 for the Bravely Default remaster, something I was excited for until I heard what they were doing for game cards. And just like that, the hype just completely died. I'm sad now. I made myself sad. I need to stop doing that. I need to stop doing that, or it's actually going to get depressing. I didn't even finish prepping up. That's how much I wanted to, like, get stuff out of the way before I actually started. I suppose there is one more thing I need to mention, though I'm not sure how much of it is going to be relevant. From this point onward, anyway. I did try to make changes to how my model looks. Because as much as I liked how it looks prior and how the changes I try to make for it, I've gotten tired and old of it. Comparing it to even back then, for when I was going for it, when I'm making this model, it's like, this is a bit of a departure from when I originally tried to make it look, or what it was commissioned back in. Oh my gosh, I don't even think I can make the joke about an inconspicuous fucking image from Miiverse. If anyone even remembers Miiverse. I don't think anyone does. Or if they do, it's probably for multitude of reasons. But no. I did try to make changes to the model. I did want to at least try to make it look to what I want it to look like, instead of having it be all plain and look at all plain, because I didn't know how I wanted it to be portrayed. Because I didn't know if I wanted to stick with this or not. Especially back in 2020. Was it 2022? I think it was, because... Oh, gosh. I'm dating myself with this, because even though I've had this channel for a while, I've only started doing uploads back in 2017, 2018, when I was really just getting my toes wet for content creation. Don't look those up. I'm embarrassed from what I made. It's kind of why I wanted to, like... I don't even know if I want to do that at this point. No, probably. I have too much on my plate, and I don't know if I want to spare the thought of trying to get back to doing it again. I as well focus on what I want to do now, and then work from there instead of having to back and forth on what I want to do, because being indecisive helps me with absolutely nothing. As I'm beginning to learn. It's like, it's not fun doing that. But, yeah, that's way too much time I've wasted. Way too much time wasted, and for basically no goddamn reason at this point. So, unceremonious popping. That is how it looks. But much closer to what I had in mind, and much closer to how it would be in any other circumstance. Then now we can actually get started. And I'm not even sure if I want to do the whole YouTube intro in case I do want to make this into a recording. I might not actually. Like I said, I don't know how much time I actually have in my own time to do the whole comparisons, to do the whole shebang. I keep thinking, oh, I want to do more than what I currently am doing, without realizing I'm not able to put in that much effort. That's a lie. I can. I absolutely can. But I have to also understand I'm juggling between this and work. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to choose work half the time. More often than not. More often than not, I have to choose work. As for when I tried to record this, no, it wasn't all the way over here. That's like the last time I played. Because first playthrough, I think that was when I was trying to pick up from when I last played this blind. This file that you're seeing up top, that's my third playthrough of this game. It was like, I fucking love this game now. It's so much that I've actually wanted to, like, play this more to kind of get my thoughts in order to really convey how much I do love this. And to kind of give comparison to what I experienced in Dark Cloud 1. Unfortunately, that's going to be its own tirade. So, tirade that I'm not sure if I want to entertain. As much as I would, like, because this is like when I last stopped recording. It was mostly going to be similar to how I had my thoughts in, like, the first time I had a blind playthrough. Including, like, the whole fucking... It was just going to be a repeat for a blind playthrough, is what I was saying. I don't know if I want to be doing that. So at most, I was just going to be starting here.
So what are you going to do?
Actually, now that I actually know what the fuck I'm doing, now that I'm not fumbling around back and forth like a moron.
Water channel, so this goes outside of the town, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Exactly.
Hey, Max, what are you cooking up?
Something's going on in the outside world.
But no, seriously.
What?
That flotsam
I don't remember
guy is
too much from my
threatening
blind playthrough, so my apologies. It feels like I'm repeating myself on that.
me. I'm not sure myself.
But
Flotsam said it.
also, you may have noticed that
The
I'm
whole
actually
town
using a
is living
texture pack.
carefree life, not knowing
Because I didn't even
what's going on
realize that there
outside.
were some for, like,
What does that mean?
PlayStation.
Don't know.
But it was a PS2 game. It was
But
like,
after
oh,
the
that's
Keystone
cool.
Railroad went out of service,
Let alone
nothing's
one
going
for
down.
this game.
And it's not that they don't
Because I was
believe it.
expecting, like, HD texture packs for games like Kingdom
The
Hearts.
reason why the mayor doesn't open the gate
Or
must
Jack
be
and
so that
Daxter.
people don't see the outside world.
Yeah,
His-
I guess
Or
you're
like
right.
Ratchet and Clank, or
I'm going.
Huh? Going? Where? You're not thinking of...
actually probably not Crash
Leaving
Bandicoot.
this town.
Because around this era for PlayStation, the Crash Bandicoot games were what? Wrath of Cortex, Twin Sanity,
I'll be fine. I usually use this to fix things, but it makes a pretty good weapon too.
actual call it Tag Team Racing? No,
Who's trying to stop you now? Hold on
like
a
no,
sec.
that isn't gonna fly. Also, I feel like I need to mention this. I love how, since it feels required you to have like a left and right hand weapon, for his neutral special, he wields a gun.
You'll need it more. It's a little rowdy around here, so this guy
It's quite literally a
come in
gun.
handy.
You aim with it, you point at an enemy with it, you shoot it. It's a fucking gun.
Take it already.
Thank you, Donnie.
And with this one, we can keep in touch while you're in the channel.
And I hope you enjoy this walkie-talkie, because after this chapter, it's never being used again.
Gotcha.
And I wish I was kidding.
Yep.
I-
Donnie, I need you to keep
Like
an
he
eye out
only
for
he
these
only
guys
really
here.
uses it in like what, 2 cutscenes?
No problem. Whatever you
At
say.
most 2 cutscenes.
Hey, why do I have to stand watch?
Because you're the only one here, Donnie. But the only other one here.
Sorry, Donnie, but I want to see the outside world with my own eyes. Chapter 1. To the outside world.
Well, if we're gonna be making comparisons anyway. Oh my gosh, is that a map I see? Like, not even gonna josh you, right? Because the most you would get for Dark Cloud One is like a list of floors, and you'd go in sequential order. You're gonna see later on is like, yeah, it's a straightforward path now. But I think even in the Rainbow Butterfly Forest, it's like, oh, here's a second path you can go to. Sorry, you can't actually go there. Until, like,
Wow.
shocking of spoilers for what is basically a 20-year-old game at this point.
It's like a maze. Could get lost pretty easy here.
You mean a mystery dungeon?
Then you need to get the floor map. It should be in one of the treasure chests. The floor map will show you where you are on a particular
Like,
floor. Should
and I
be
wish I was
easy to
making the
handle.
joke, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in Dark Cloud as well.
If you don't
Since the
know
layout of
the
floors is
way,
different every
start
time you
over
enter,
with the select
but the objective is more or less the same.
Alright, in order to get to the next floor, you need the gate key. I think the one in the channel is called the key
I
handle.
gotta love how they give you the tutorial still.
If you use the gate key on the exit for that floor, you can get to the
And
next
speaking of the
floor.
tutorial,
Just keep doing that and you can get to the end of any dungeon. Got it, Max?
I didn't even realize until after I was done playing through the game on my own time. But they have a shit ton of tutorials for everything you can think of under the sun. Damn. Under help. They have a bunch of tutorials right here all as you play more of the game. And yet at no point did I actually go through any of them. It was like, I basically understand what I needed to do, minus a certain mini game that we'll get to. You played before, you probably already know what it is. It's Fada. It's the fucking golf mini game. Oh my gosh, we'll get to it. I wish I could say that. Also, you seem to be doing well yourself based on how I'm doing okay. Not so well with the heat though. Not so much with the heat. I was gonna get to. Oh yeah, the golf mini game. Cause yeah, we're not gonna get to chapter 3. But oh my gosh, do I hate it. Let me put it into perspective how much I dislike the golf mini game. If not just in general, right? Because even back then when I was growing up, we had the Wii, we've had Wii Sports. And one of the mini games I could not grasp for the life of me was golf. I was fine with tennis, I was fine with boxing, I was actually pretty decent with the baseball with Wii Sports. And the mini games that Wii Sports actually had. You want to know what I wasn't fine with? Golf. Which, funnily enough, is mostly based off of, if I'm not mistaken, golf on the NES. Yeah, was it Mario Golf? Wait, is camera inverted? Hold on. You know. But no, like, I've always had issues, like, playing golf and pretty much any game that had it as, like, a mini game or as, like, a gameplay. And it really, really got under my nerves by the time I got to the Spada mini game. Oh boy, synthesizing. We'll get to that as well. Very shortly. When was it gonna help? Again, I never go with it. But like, and then I got to the Spada mini game. It's like, oh, okay, it's a golf mini. How bad could this be? Oh my god, the physics! I don't think I've ever played a golf mini game with frustrating physics than Spada. When everything else in this game has felt like a breeze. The combats, the exploration. Even later on, we'll see, like, taking pictures and storing ideas. Like, that's fun. The golfing? Oh my gosh, the golfing? So my entire playthrough, but from the time it was introduced to the time I finished, I think I've only had like 3 successful rounds of Spada. And when I saw the extras, I was like, oh, you can use this to practice Spada. Okay, let's see how that goes. I didn't get a single point. Because that's how dog shit I was at the golf minigame. And it's like, I generally did not understand what I was doing wrong or how I was supposed to actually engage with it. As if it was actually golf or its own goddamn thing. Like, more of the story, I hate Spada. And we'll actually mention more when I actually get to Spada. Just know that I hate it with a burning passion. Like, wait, that's actually even the HP. Okay, it's more or less the same, right? Whatever weapon you're using, you actually get it onto your weapon. The level up, I think, is slightly different. Because for the first 2 levels, the amount of XP you need is the same. Then it increases by half increases by half of what the experience at its base level that requires it. So like the battle range, I think it's like 32 that's required. Then by the time you get to level 2 to level 3, it's 48. Then increases to 64, then increases to 80, and so on and so forth. Rating at Sin Spear is also the same too. You need it to be at level 5. But I don't know how many of you have actually seen it, but there was a highlight I created. Just from my blind playthrough. It's like, you can synthesize literally anything. You want to know something even funnier? Out of all the items you can synthesize in this, you can scrumicize in this game to get points for your weapon. There's only like 2 of them that give you nothing. One of them is the poison apple, and the other is wait, what is the other one? I distinctly remember the poison apple gives you nothing. But I do remember that there's 2 items that do give you nothing. Because even the coins that you get gives you a weapon ability. We'll get to that. Seems like a repeating pattern, but I do actually mean it. We will get to that when we get to it. So now that's mentioned, that's something new I actually did enjoy. But as it turns out, in Dark Cloud 1, there is an unused message for, like, if you defeat all the enemies on the floor before you exit. Granted, there's no jingle for it, but there's an unused measure that tells you can actually escape to the dungeon floor using the key, or by using escape
I pressed
dungeon.
on, deeper into the underground channel.
And even that had an explanation
I
as to
had
why you
said
couldn't
I
just
wanted to see
escape
the
dungeon without
outside
an
world
escape
to
album.
Donnie, but there was a second reason why I wanted to go
It's
there.
I don't think it tells you until like the second floor. I think the second or third floor. That's crazy. That's absolutely bonkers.
Your flounder, sir. Bon appetit.
Max, where are your manners? Eat your dinner.
Father, I'd like to ask you something.
Yes? What is it?
About Mother. Where is she?
And of all the things you're gonna be telling your son, you're not gonna explain what that is,
I'm sure
especially
I told you this
considering
already.
what we find
Your
out
mother
later.
is doing important work far away from here.
But what's the name of the town, and what job is she doing there?
It's nothing for you to worry about.
This is just how you always are. You don't tell me anything.
You mean besides the bare minimum?
Young sir,
Like he's gonna put in the effort to give you the Atlamelia, but he doesn't tell you A, what it is, and B, why it's important. We'll see how it's connected to your. Okay. Communication. Thanks. Yeah, what the. Actually, I don't know if I got any of the medals. Because, yeah, there are medals. Too bad they're only used in, like, one instance. Like, there's only one NPC that accepts the goddamn medals. It's kind of upsetting. Considering that they don't really use much in anything else. I don't think what else to mention because, well, would mention Steve. Oh my gosh, like Steve is unironically one of my favorite parts of the game because it's basically Build-A-Bear, but it's Build-A-Mech, and there are quite a few things to actually customize it. Bit of a shame that unless you're using the photo album, you're not really getting too much out of your mech until like chapter 3. And even then, it's kind of a stretch. You know, besides getting the best melee arm in the game. And it is far and large the best one. Actually, that's another thing, because even in the first dungeon in Dark Cloud, it's like it was 13 floors, and even then, it actually required you to do the Geolama. Not saying it isn't required here either, but for the most part, outside of like one, you're given a shit ton of freedom to actually to what you're actually building. That being said, I still kind of struggle with, like, the fact that it's not, like, a set piece that you have to set down and actually put in your specific areas. Because even the requirements that you need to fulfill, that's behind geostones. Funny, back then you had to actually ask the NPCs what was required. But because there's no like set NPCs you have to get to Geolama, you have to migrate people. I don't even mention migrants. That's kind of dumb, right? This is not the right? But imagine a country being founded by migrants. And yet we're saying, no, we don't want migrants in this country, even though they're essential to the economy. Fuck off. Like, something history doesn't rhyme, something, but it... Actually, no, it's the opposite. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Because while the circumstances are the exact same, the circumstances of which it occurs actually are. I feel like I don't need to explain why. Nor do I feel like I have to explain why we should be repeating history. You know, for a multitude of reasons. You know, the very same old history that has brought you slavery, that has brought you fucking trade routes that end up either changing or just being completely fucked. Or the labor that was needed to produce said trade goods. Or insert history portion here that's actually very fucked up and inhumane. And something about an unironic point about humanity being its own destructor. And I wish I was kidding. I love that too. But this one particular enemy is like, at this point of Battle Range has been at a level where it's actually 2 or 3 shotting enemies. But the band balloons are still taking a shit ton of damage because I'm pretty sure they're actually resistant to vengeance. And that's another thing actually. Because now enemies have like weapon resistances and weaknesses. So you're actually incentivized to use different weapons. Man, it's just a shame that we're stuck with a wrench and a gun. I certainly hope we have some kind of way to attack with a sword and magic. Wink, wink. I'm being facetious, but seriously. And we'll get to that as well. I keep saying that, we'll get to this, we'll get to that. But like, I do mean it. But out of all the methods of like attacking and engaging combat, the one thing that I have not engaged with whatsoever is monster transformations. But it's like, oh dude, that's cool, you can use the moveset of a monster. And then I actually checked on how good the monster transformations are actually.
Alright, that takes care of you guys.
And my disappointment was immeasurable. So immeasurable, in fact, that I seldom had the words to describe it. Let's say you wanted to use the gem lines, like the wind, ice, holy gem lines. Those motherfuckers that used to be exclusive to the demon shaft, by the way. Those type of monsters, right? Let's say you want to use those. By the time you actually get to a decent enough level to actually do decent damage with your monster, chances are you've already got a weapon that's strong enough to deal a shit ton of damage on its own way. Whether it's your sword, your magic, your wrenches, your guns, or even Steve. Like, oddly enough, the best... Well, weapon is a bit of a misnomer, but the best thing you can use in this game by the time you reach endgame is in fact Steve.
For some reason, thoughts of you, Mother, filled my head. I don't remember your face now, Mother, even though I must have seen it so often when I was small.
Max, can you hear me? Max!
Fucking jump scared.
How's it going? Made any progress?
Yeah, it was right. It's only like 2 cutscenes where you see this goddamn walkie-talkie being used.
The further in you go, the stronger the monsters are. Watch out.
I will.
To defeat the stronger monsters, you'll need to strengthen your weapons. If you don't take care of your
Oh shit, dude.
you'll run into trouble on the next floor.
Oh, you mean like breaking your weapons that does absolutely nothing, by the way?
I'll help you out whenever you want. Select Help from the main menu and choose what you want to know about from the list.
Oh, that's why.
You're a great fighter, so you'll pick up on it in no time.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Okay?
Because you're not directly using the walkie-talkie, you're just putting it behind the help function. Which again, you don't actually need to use at any point. Because they actually do a fairly good job explaining it throughout the game. And even for the stuff they don't explain directly in the tutorial, it's not all that complicated to understand. It's actually pretty intuitive. And you. Gee, I wonder if I need to take a picture. Too bad I don't have my goddamn camera. Not yet, anyway. It's literally the next room. No one. I did mention that breaking weapon does absolutely nothing. Because also I was thinking, wait, that's actually bad. I don't want my weapon to break. Or rather, I thought it's how it was in Dark Cloud 1, right? Because you're basically starting off with a default weapon until you actually get other weapons that you can upgrade. Now it turns out you can straight up just like whatever weapon you start off with can be upgraded. You don't have a default weapon anymore. And because of how like the weapon system has worked between then and now, let's say you do break your weapon. What happens? Well, you obviously have decreased attack. Okay, that's a bummer. That's a shitload of turtles, by the way. But you also get no XP. But because your weapon breaks, unlike in Dark Cloud 1, you actually don't lose your weapon. Because you actually can't have an empty slot. At least not by this point. So it's like, okay, cool, my weapon's broken. What the fuck's the point? Like, I wish I was joking, but what the fuck's the point? At least then there was a very big incentive that you don't want your weapon to break. But here your weapon can break and it's like, oh, that's an inconvenience, let me use a repair powder. But it's like, it does basically fucking nothing. Your weapon can break, you lose XP, sure, but like, especially by the time you get later on in the game, you're gonna have plenty of opportunities to get them back or gain even more of them. So like, what's actually the penalty for breaking your weapon? I don't understand. Maybe it's because of that, because actually having your weapon break is way too punishing. Which, yeah, that is rather punishing. Like, imagine if you got like the Atlamelia sword, right? You've gotten your weapon up to however many upgrades you needed. You get the Atlamelia sword. Uh-oh, your weapon's low in durability. And you either misjudge how many hits it can take to weapon health, or you don't have any repair powders. You're either forced to switch to a different character to use their weapon, or you end up risking breaking your weapon and losing that Atlamelia sword you spent. Probably a few hours if I'm the guesstimate. Like a few hours you spent building up that weapon only for it to break completely and start over. Yeah, no, that's not fun. And that's another thing I didn't understand either, was the synthesis points. Turns out that, for the most part, you're going to be getting 2. And then you get to like the mid-range weapons where you get 3, and then the high-end weapons where you get 6? No, it's 4. It's like 4 or 5. Okay. How about instead of making an ass of myself, I double check. Actually, no, it's 3. Yeah, how about I actually double check instead of making an ass of myself, yeah? Yeah, each weapon has the amount of SP they start off with, so this one is sort of weak. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at max stats. Yeah, it's 3 at lower level, mid level is 4, high level is 6. Jocelyn lose legendary weapons. Which, we're not getting to at that point. Not even close yet. And, probably the first time I've seen, like, oh, you actually need enemy kills in order to even build up a weapon, on top of the stat requirements. Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about that. That's kind of iffy. Because that basically means that until you get to chapter 6 or 7, you're not upgrading your weapon further. At least not until that point. And it literally is just chapter 6 and 7. Also, there's another thing I appreciate. Being able to skip cutscenes. Like, as much as I love Dark Cloud, the one thing I didn't like all that much, especially on repeat plays, was the fact you couldn't skip cutscenes. You could pause during the cutscene, I think, but you wouldn't be able to, like, skip it. Actually, I don't even think you could. I'm forgetting already. That's embarrassing. No, that's embarrassing. Okay.
What's all this?
It's time for Ranger Reed.
Donnie, I've come into a big chamber. There are what look like tanks everywhere.
I'm saying.
That'll be the pump room. The pumps in there are used to draw water from the lake on the outside. You're not far from the outside now.
Matter of fact, I think you're quite literally near the entrance of where Steve comes in.
Gotcha. Thanks, Donnie.
Like I sort of say, like right near where the goddamn bookshop is. I also love how one of the outfits has a water bottle. Yet you don't really use water in this game to quench thirst. It's literally just to recover from mistakes.
What the?
It's an elephant. An elephant we can't do jack shit with.
Flotsam!
And how are we today? I'm quite proud of you for coming all this way through this sooner. By the way, Max, I took the liberty of doing a little research. For someone like you, living in a big house,
Yeah.
no, don't you think it would be a waste if you threw your life away fighting? How sad indeed would your dear sweet mother be?
What? What do you know about my mother?
What if I did know something? If you want to know
That's a big
more,
old bluff, pretty much.
that red stone. I've got plenty to tell you.
Well, no way. I'll find my mother myself. I don't need help from anyone like you.
He'll shoot you. He's literally a fucking clown.
You stinking brat! You'll take care of them, my darling Linda.
Oh gee, it's another picture. Too bad again, I don't have my camera. It's also a bit of a shame that absolutely nothing happens. Yep. It's like, oh, it's a fight. But you're meant to lose this fight. But you're meant to lose it the right way. I don't know how many games still do this now. It's like, oh, you're basically forced into a scenario where you have to lose. Didn't like it then, still don't like it now. Because, like, what the fuck's the point? Just have it be a cutscene.
I'll never win like this.
Now then, Max, what will it be?
Uh-oh.
Ouchie, ouch.
What? Max, you all right? It's me.
Also, there's a bit of a lie. You can't even throw shit with the right part.
Yep, my name is Steve. I'm still working out the
Still
fight,
can't,
but it's got
still can't get over that his name's Steve. When he used to be a name of a talking slingshot. Also, this kind of bullshit.
That's amazing, Cedric.
It's like, as good as the right part is,
Linda couldn't compete with this one.
as good as the right part is, and it's very damn good. You can't really combo like that. It's very fucking slow and
What's wrong?
like very slow and clunky to start off with.
I don't think she can handle any more fighting for now. Hop in, Max.
I mean that literally,
Get on.
because the arms you start off with, the legs you start off with, the engine and stuff you start off with is very rudimentary. And that's kind of the point. It's kind of the point. It's meant to be like a makeshift robots.
Running away, eh? Linda, get them! Adios! Oh my, they've run off!
You say as you're trying to kill them.
Morning, Sonny. Sleep well?
Yeah. Tell me, Cedric, why do you think those circus goons are after this pendant of mine?
Who knows, kid? But if what you overheard in that room at the circus is true, then Mayor Need definitely knows something. I'll talk to Need and see if I can get anything out of him. Just don't let that pendant fall into their hands, no matter what.
Too bad we don't actually see him go to Mayor Need until like a floor or two after.
I know. I won't give this up.
Alrighty then.
Also, I'm pretty sure Cedric knows as well, so why couldn't he tell Max?
We gotta finish
Or did he
this up and
actually
take
not
care of
know
that pesky
until-
elephant.
What was it, chapter? No, it would have been chapter 4 at that point.
All you need is an energy pack, right?
Yep.
Well, Cedric, how about letting me handle that?
You see, you say that, but
You
You only
tell me
need,
that
like,
you
a regular
made
energy
the
pack.
for Steve?
and you could make like, funnily enough, you can make like the barrel energy pack before you even start.
Yeah, I want to give it a try.
But I think it only accepts the regular one, which kind of sucks.
Alrighty
The
then.
regular one
The
actually
job
kind of
is
sucks.
yours.
All right.
You know, inventing stuff is pretty tough work. I'll show you how, Sonny, so you listen carefully.
Oh god, there's another thing, because like, I
Inventing
think when I
something
was
involves
doing like the
taking
blind
several
playthrough, I didn't know what the
ideas and
fuck he was
combining them
talking about.
together to create something new.
And it turns out it was very fucking simple.
And ideas are, well, the building blocks for inventions. By combining the ideas inside your head, you can invent. Now here's some hints on making an energy pack for Steve.
Like, you're basically going around taking pictures of ideas based on the objects that you find throughout everywhere. And that includes dungeons, which are
A
called
milk
scoops.
Pipes, and a belt. Now this is where things get tricky, see? Next, you gotta do some collecting. Here,
Use a
use
camera.
this camera. You can use it to capture stuff.
Still no photo album, which you get in the next chapter, because the rest of Palm Brinks
Press the square
is completely
button to
closed
ready
off
the
to you.
camera. Then you
can capture whatever you see in the viewfinder. Use the left analog stick to control the direction. And to take a picture, just press the square button again. Pretty simple, huh?
How do you feel about Pokemon Snap? That's basically what this is. Except you don't have Professor Oak being an idiot. You were close.
Now you better go take some pictures. You need to look for a milk can. You should be able to find them all within a couple 100 feet of here. Go get them.
Oh my god. Alright, who's ready for a picture taking spree? Oh, speaking of, you can actually map this. So you can also take pictures since you can also take pictures of the dungeon. And you're gonna need to. Because it's not just limited to the overworld, as I actually learned a bit too late while I was double checking stuff. Because there's scoops from enemies, there's scoops from bosses. And I have actually no, I think Donnie tells you, but me not being observant, I don't think the game outright tells you unless you go out of your way to know about it. Because, yeah. What do you... That's another funny thing too, is like, if you try to take a picture with NPCs, they'll pose for the picture. Hi. Gonna need that later. Because believe it or not, the sun and the moon are actually important pictures. So are the pipes, so are the barrels. Oh, but the fence? That doesn't count. It has to be a certain kind of fence. Yes, it's very fucking picky like that. But also not picky. I could not tell you why. There's very certain things you have to take a pictures of. Otherwise, they will just assume you take a picture of a different thing when you're not actually trying to. So that's fun. There we go. Yeah, because you try to pick a picture of anything else that's not specific, it will just tell you the location. Which is what we don't want. Inexplicable sign. Thanks, Steve. Wait, that count as pilot or that count as post? I don't remember. Post. Picture of a bench, but like some of this is gonna be me trying to remember shit. Handful cover. Did I get a aerosol? Now I have. And just like that, we're running out of space for the goddamn camera. Also, are you serious? Thank you. Oh wait, don't forget the traffic lights. Even though as far as I can tell, we see no cars. Lest we forget to go inside. Okay, here's another example. See this right here? Like, I'm thinking, oh, it's one singular thing that I have to take a picture of. Nope. Because that's the show window. That's the gold store. And here I was thinking that it's two completely and two things on its own. No. Is there not one? I forget. No. Pretty sure. Oh. Man, I'm just forgetting shit. Oh, but that counts. Like, even though that's already weapons. Okay. Get the Iron Maiden. Great band, by the way. Oh, you think the treasure chest is one? No. Yeah, it's a whole lot of trial and error to actually know, like, is this a thing I can take a picture of? Is it not? Yeah, no. It has to be a specific window. Again, it's very picky. And also not picky. Oh, but that counts. The other register didn't count, but that did. And we're out of space. Jog over there. And delete. Just a book. Just a singular book. That's a chandelier, is it? Boxes. Yours? Yes, that's clearly a picture of him. Get used to that, by the way. It's gonna happen quite a bit. And then you actually get hints on inventions. Two of which we don't have access until at least chapter 2. Thanks for that. It's supposed to. Please. Oh yeah, that was clearly trying to take a picture of the refrigerator. And then there's just that where it's just like, well, I don't know if it's a vegetable or food. Let's put both. Thanks for that. The bakery has a couple. Flour one. Plum snip. Of course it is. Bread. In an oven, if I could try to take a picture of it. Yep. Oh, but the... I forget what it's called, but that ain't it. That's it. Yeah. On the picture-taking spree is kind of important. We need every goddamn picture. Because it is actually helpful. So I think there's a good portion of ideas that aren't used in inventions, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Repeats. That's just a sign. Like, not a train station sign, just a sign. Meanwhile, oh. Some of them are just gonna end up being repeats. Wheel. That's a ladder, is it? Oh. Yep. And a car. The one time we see a car. And it's inside a building. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah, no. No. I'm to make sure I can actually see the moon. Because that's also a picture that's important. That's a flower chair, is it? Again, nondescript sign. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I don't get the name of this yet, but it's a Blackstone one. And just like that, we raised the level. What for? Again, I could be wrong, but I don't think the game directly tells you. But Donnie gives you rewards based on the level that you gain. Until it actually gets to level 6 and 7. I think it's like 6, 7, or 7 and 8. Where you get 2 badges that buffs your monster transformation. Too bad they still suck. I don't understand, like, you're gonna have such a cool ass, like, mechanic. And the implementation is so roughshod. Where's the moon? Oh, like the flags. Oh, delete this one. I actually need to keep it. But yes, I do know this is a shop. Now what? That's a rapper too, is it? Yep, nothing. And I apparently have absolute shit memory. But generally, the rule of thumb is like, yeah, you want to make sure you actually. That's not part of the fan. That's a tiny hammer, is it? This one, for some reason, keeps running up because it's like, oh, there's a vacuum bag, there's a vacuum. That's the vacuum. Really now. Okay. But this one, there's like pictures of a fucking bag. Okay.
What am I gonna do with you?
Excuse me?
First is the milk. The pipes.
Oh, right, the fucking pipes.
That's all.
How the fuck did I miss the pipes? Oh, even in this tutorial bit, I forget. Oh, the one thing I actually need to take a picture of is right there, right in front of my fucking face. There. Holy shit, I'm done.
Looks like you got all. So now, go to the main menu, then just choose the picture.
Yeah, I'm real chief. I don't know how I struggled with this. Because really all it is go to the main menu, to new invention, go to the idea book, and select the damn things. Like I said, you can actually make the Bell fucking energy pack.
Sage?
Matter of fact, here. What we need, you know, barrel, last time, and a tree. Which for some reason, my first time through, I was having trouble taking a picture of a tree.
Say cheese.
And for each one it tells you. I don't remember if you can buy scrap metal, but at least for the tutorial, this is what you need to actually make it, which it tells you. There you go.
Well, hot diggity. Next, I'll tell you how to take the finished invention card and make the real thing.
Oh, excuse me, you're making the card to make the invention.
The materials you'll need to make the energy pack are 20 scraps of metal, 1 thick hide, and 2 hunks of copper. Now off with you. You can get all the materials you need at the item shop across the street there. Hurry now. Here, take this. It should be enough.
You know, in case you did forget. Again, each one actually shows you how much you need. But then you get some inventions that are like, how the fuck are you expecting me to make that, given how rare the materials are? Let's say you want to make the bandit brassard, which used to be called the bandit room. Literally what you need is a bandit coin. Which, yeah, no, you can't actually make that without getting lucky with RNG. It's kind of dumb. Oh no, I can. The funny part too. Some of that gold we actually got from the dungeons, and some of the materials we also got from dungeons. Because as you play through, you get materials anyway, both for like making inventions and for Giolamo. And the funny thing about this, especially if you're like me and you're going through dungeons multiple times, you'll often find yourself getting coins, getting materials, which will help you upgrade your weapons. It'll help you make inventions. Some of the stuff you can also sell for gold. And speaking of the inventions, you can actually make one to actually get some gold yourself and spare you the trouble of grinding. And we'll get to that once we get the album. Now we'll just make the fucking energy pack. Wait. I'm pretty sure we can't. Yeah, no, we can't buy rolling bombs. That's literally the only thing we would need to buy to make the barrel pack, which... But yeah, no shit, we can't buy it. Not yet, anyway. And that's a bit upsetting. Because you can invent the barrel pack, you can't just make it.
I've done it, Cedric.
Oh boy, I knew you had it in you. So, you think you understand the invention process now?
Yes.
I would joke to say that back then I didn't, even after doing all of that, but like,
From now on,
it's not
you
that
gotta
hard.
use your own noggin, find your own building blocks, and make your own new stuff. Got
No
it?
shit.
There's still lots of building blocks hidden in this town. And keep your eyes open.
Yeah,
you
by the
hear?
way, you still can access it after this chapter.
I will.
And there's some that's actually going to be very helpful by the time you
That's
do.
the spirit, Sonny. Now then, why don't we finish up with Steve? Okay, now Steve can handle longer battles. It's time to go get him, son.
So what, it lasted for like
When
10
you think
seconds?
you're ready, just give me a holler.
Because you can't even go about the right part without an energy pack, so what the fuck were you using before?
You all set?
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Seriously. Was it just running on fuels by then?
This door leads to the underground waterway. You'll be heading out on your own, son. I'm gonna see if I can't get something out of
Okay, yeah, this is chapter. I forgot.
Loud and clear.
Keep your guard up.
Leave it to me.
But you see, I'm not going to be using the right part yet, because I still need to take that goddamn picture. Even though it's used for like one invention, I think. I do mean it. Sometimes it's literally only used for one invention. And it's rather sad because you kind of have to go out of your way to get these to begin with.
Now where?
Especially for a certain scoop that's actually kind of missable.
Huh? Right there.
For a certain mini-boss. For a certain weapon that's actually useful in synthesizing.
I bet you were thrilled when you thought you... Too bad. Tear them to pieces, my little Linda.
Yeah, about that. Now you're gonna make me fucking dilly down. Really, that didn't count? It's awful. Love this music, by the way. You're joking. Oh, but that counted. Fucking love this music, by the way. And the thing that's more upsetting is, like, you hear it for like a few seconds because of how short this fight actually is. Like, that's how short it is.
Take that.
Well, go didn't stand a chance.
I won't forget this.
The outside world. Right then, my heart was filled with expectation, wondering what kind of places I would find.
In any other circumstance, I would ask you to temper your expectations.
I had no idea that the incredible adventure I was about to begin was beyond anything that I could have imagined.
And again, how old is Max? I forget. How old is Max supposed to be? Yes, even the right part had his own experience. And its invention, which is why you need the energy pack in the first place. And its own durability for its arms, which, for some inexplicable reason, the repair powder only recovers half of it. Why only half? That's not the case for any other time you need to repair your weapon. Was it so fucking massive that you can only repair half of it? Really slowly, you know. No rush.
Cedric!
All right, Need. What exactly are you hiding from me? Tell me everything you know.
I see.
So you weren't even moving your mouth.
Too, have you?
Otherwise you weren't making any noise.
But sometimes it's better not to know.
Why are you hiding things from me? I thought we were friends, Need. What's going on? Spit
Oh
it
my
out,
gosh,
will ya?
there's a very stupid easy pun. No, I'm better than
Okay,
that.
I can't go on hiding
I say as I
anymore.
make puns
I'll
on a
tell you
regular.
everything. I'll tell you what's going on here in this town, in this world.
But we don't hear shit about it in the cutaway gag. Oh gosh, I just realized. Because even this bastard has a scoop that I really don't want to risk. Because for this bastard, you actually want to, like... See? Only half. For that one, you actually want to, like, take a picture of him as he's doing that swirl up from when he's swinging up from his rope. You have to actually take a picture of him while he's hanging upside down, and by then you're likely going to take a hit. So that's fun. Wow, how useful. You kicked it in the wrong fucking direction. It's not a wonder why we use no feet. Otherwise, why the better feet in this game are actually no feet. Did you really think I'm gonna go around walking around like a bum? No, I'm gonna be floating around in my propeller legs. Or the... I think it's called the jet hover. Yeah, I want me my goddamn jet hover. Ew. Wanna spin? Oh, good God almighty. Yeah, shit like that. Because that's a scoop. But more often than not, you'll end up taking a hit just trying to attempt to get a scoop. And that's actually one that's actually needed for a weapon. More often than not, you'll be taking damage trying to get a scoop. You best hope you have some health on you. Because, yeah, like, something I didn't realize until much later. You don't even get the ability to get revival powders until you make the invention for it. At the earliest. Because otherwise you either have to play Spada to get them, or you just have to find them randomly in the chest at a later point in the game. Because, yeah, you're not getting any. And unlike the first Dark Cloud, there's actually a game over screen. And I'm not sure if that's better or having the penalty of losing half your... I think it's just half your gold if you die in the dungeon, without any revival powder. Or if you don't have stand-in powder to, like, change into a different character. which isn't even in this game either. Now that I think about it. Love Powder's still in the game, but like, again, that's mainly a reward for playing Spader. Oh boy, I can't wait when I actually get to play Spader and having to fail multiple times just in order to get the shit that I'm looking for. That's certainly gonna be a fun time, having to deal with the physics of golf. You know, my favorite physics-based game, golf. This. Stuff like that is why I prefer having range. But you're literally taller than Max when you're using the right part, but you still can't reach the fucking bat flying above. And really, I'm doing this so I can actually get my first medal. Even though, for all intents and purposes for this playthrough, I'm not going to be using my medals. Not really, anyway. Like, what am I going to use? A name-changing ticket for one of my weapons? Why would I want to do that? That's like 50 50 medals down the drain for something that you really don't need to use for. Well, I'm going to use it to get a legendary weapon? That's like the best and worst case scenario you're going to be using it for. Because, yeah, you're going to get a very strong weapon as early as, like, chapter... What's the earliest you can actually get it? Chapter 4, I want to say? Because by then you'll actually have all what you need to get all of the medals in an area. Like, you'll be able to fish, you'll be able to go through the floors quickly. The Spader counts as a medal, so yeah, you can get most of the medals by then. Am I going to use a ticket? Maybe. Over here. And I am hit. We have one of the mimic. It also breaks the tension a lot when you're actually fighting a mimic, because you don't get that, oh shit, the snappy reaction of a mimic coming out. It cuts to a cutscene which goes by faster because that's pretty much your tell that there's a mimic. Even for King Mimics, it's still that fucking cutscene. Oh, if you're expecting like those spaces to give you buffs and stuff. Yeah, for a coin flip. Like a literal coin flip. Coin flip that I hate with a burning passion. Funny how I'm complaining, but like I still feel like I prefer this game over Dark Cloud 1. Funnily enough. Because there's so many actual good changes that I was like, yeah, this is fun as hell.
So, there it is.
That's what this is all about. You expect me to believe all that? So just what do you plan on doing, huh?
Probably absolutely nothing.
Well, there's nothing that I
Oh
can
my
do.
gosh, I was joking. Do I seriously need to make the joke of, dude, what leverage do we have?
You ignoramus. What's wrong with you? You're supposed to be the mayor of this town.
Yet he seems about as useless as most other politicians.
You're right, I'm useless as mayor.
Come on, Need, what happened? You didn't used to be
For
like
fuck's
this.
sake, bro, a spine. Like,
Hmm.
unironically, comments I would be making
Gosh
about
darn
this
it,
is
Need.
like,
I just can't believe you.
seriously, like, how hard? Actually, no, it's probably not that hard. They just don't give a shit. But it surely cannot be that hard to have a fucking backbone. For a species of creatures to have as many bones as we do, we seem to forget that we have spines.
That's it.
We're acting like
Just
invertebrates.
start the Blackstone Railroad again.
Blackstone Railroad?
The reason you shut down the Blackstone Railroad was so that no one could leave and see the outside world, right? Well, that's not necessary anymore. Now we need to leave this town and see the outside world. If we do, then we just might find a way around this. Come on.
Right, let's reopen the railroad.
That didn't take long. Very abrupt cutaway. I generally thought that the game froze.
All set, Cedric.
It's a go! Great to be back, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, 20% more coal today.
Roger that!
Alrighty. Blackstone 1. Here we go.
Yeah, it's such a wonderful train. I still hope it doesn't get replaced with a train that flies around in literally the late game of this fucking playthrough. You know, a train that also time travels. Surely that's not gonna happen, and possibly have a bug with Cedric in which you need to actually put him in a town. That wouldn't happen at all.
I guess I didn't have the guts. I'm counting on you.
Gee, I
Cedric.
wonder why. But complete fucking pushover, by the way. Holy shit, that infuriates me. Why does man look like this actually is the last floor before the boss? This is just an exit floor. For the sole purpose of a cutscene. And my favorite track. Here's something. Like, but as much as I was trying to like find like a version of the song I can actually play, they all seem to be like the one with the mono audio and not stereo. And that is actually very upsetting because it sounds really good in stereo. I'll even let it play. Hold on. It's fucking fantastic. And the funny thing is, the name of the song is also the name of an area that it primarily plays. It's not the Spiral of Dreams. And yet, you don't even see that area until, like, the end of the game. Okay. Oh, dude. Be like that, the fucking King Mimic. They just cuts to the same cutscene. All zoom out and shit. Man. And the thing that makes it even funnier, right? Well, while I didn't bother with the boxes, but not only are they actually helpful with fighting, they can also have fucking ride pod fuel, which normally you wouldn't find until, like, at least you couldn't buy it until, like, very late in the game. Especially so that you don't have to carry around Cedric as a partner. Which you can do, by the way, you just won't be fighting. It's more like a passive ability partner more than anything. I'll follow this adventure again. Level 6. Might as well mention. Because I ultimately intend to try to stick to a path of which I'm upgrading. That's going to include, like, getting to a certain level for my weapons. That includes this whole adventure over here. Oh! Dick. And the funny part is, it's not even my main wrench. It's something I intend to use for the wrench. Or rather, this a wrench I want to give extra XP points for. It's not until the next chapter. Oops. Here's the select. Yeah, there you go. Now there's a bigger view of the map. So now it's going to take up more of the screen. Wasn't that a... I'm going crazy. No, it's the other one. So yes, I am going crazy. You missed. Oh, the last chest I checked had both the map and the crystal. Thanks. Thanks for that. This way. Oh, jeez. I'm just gotten more tired. Glad to see that hasn't changed. Me being tired in a minute. Hey, get another minute. Like I said, that's real. And also under the scoop. Ah, jeez.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's very impressive. An empty room.
I think the exit should be around here somewhere.
My brother in Christ is right in front of you. Yeah, I wonder what it is. It can't be the thing that was chasing you at the very beginning.
Shall I put a stop to this game of tag we've been playing? There he is! Here we go! It's showtime!
It's not like we see you again, which actually is something that kind of upsets me. Once we actually get to end game, once we get to post game,
Be a good boy.
because out of all the characters you could have brought back, you're gonna bring back this fucking clown.
Otherwise, you're gonna make Mr. Flotsam very, very angry. So angry, he might even kill you!
Don't you get it?
How unhinged of you.
I told you once I'm not handing this stone over.
You told him multiple times actually, but sure, we'll go with once.
Just give it up already.
Ooh, I wouldn't cop that attitude with me if I were you. You'll live to regret it.
Okay, Mary, I'll get the fuck out of here. You didn't drop shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, great. Slowly. Mmm. Probably doesn't even want to get to champion. They're thinking. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I want to get the goddamn scoop. It didn't count. That didn't count, did it? I was gonna say, fuck, I'm getting the scoop. Space. Hit the bastard. Fuck this scoop, I don't need it. Not like I'm gonna be using the fucking clown shit anyway.
My poor little Halloween! It's okay! You can still move! Stand up! Hurry now!
Like, seriously, the only thing the fucking scoop is used for is the clown equipment for the right line. And I think the cosmetics for Max, but I don't want him dressing up as a fucking clown.
What's that?
Max, you can't be real. That was embarrassing.
Could that be?
Let's not have that happen again, shall we? Jesus Christ Almighty. This way. Because apparently you couldn't see right in front of you where the exit was. Max. How the hell is it buffering? It's even another video. YouTube, you're not making any sense, for fuck's sake. You mean... Am I seeing this? Oh.
That was the first time I had seen it. The
Yeah, that was
sky
literally
had
a
reached
minute
so
ago.
far
How the
away,
hell
so
am
far
I just
above,
getting that now?
the most beautiful. But I was yet to realize that great changes were happening in the world.
And some of this quite literally. I know I alluded to time travel, but that's literally what we're doing. Alphabet, that was only a concept that was touched on in the first game, in the first Dark Cloud.
Cedric, what are you doing here?
What you think? You surprised? The Blackstone Railroad's back and ready for action. We're gonna see the world on this baby. Max, we got quite an adventure ahead of us. Hop on so we can hit the road.
But of course we're not done with the fucking clown. You know, it's not like I remember this when I first played this, or the multiple times I played through this. And it's not even the last time in this chapter. Or rather, it's not the last time in this game. Definitely for the chapter, because, you know, chapter 1. And I'm probably gonna have to ask him at some point, how the hell did he come back anyway?
Alright, listen up, Max. This is what I found out from Need. His story was pretty far-fetched. It was 15 years ago.
Something terrible happened in the world. What exactly happened? You don't need this letter to tell you that, do you, Mother?
I think that's the first clue.
Listening
Because
to Cedric's story,
since he's talking about it in past tense.
But as I listened, I slowly started to understand exactly what
Especially
it was that was
considering what we
happening
find
around
out
me.
later anyway.
15 years ago, the world was laid to waste, and all that remained was the town of Palm Brinks. Our enemy, the one who destroyed everything, was a mysterious ruler. His name, Emperor Griffin. We still don't know why he did this.
Whom we
Why
don't
he
even see
destroyed our
until
world.
much later.
The reason that he did not also destroy Palm Brinks was because of a stone he believed was hidden in our town. Yes, the stone I'm wearing right now.
You're not even gonna call it in that?
Flotsam threatened the mayor and made him search for the stone.
You have to wait until Monica to come in. Actually
And that's
tell
why
me what it
when he
is,
found
even though
out
we
that I
know
had
what it is.
He wanted to catch me so badly. The world laid to waste, the elusive overlord Emperor Griffin, and the strange stone that everyone seemed
Who,
to
by the
want.
way, doesn't even look like a griffin.
With this mysterious puzzle,
Like,
my adventure began.
Kind of, but not really a griffin.
What the? It came from outside!
Max, that ladder there leads to the roof of the train. Go check it out.
Before I take my pictures, because God forbid this is the last time I see this place. You know, mystibles and all that. Bloop. And bloop. No, not Eric. Thank you. Very important, by the way. And this is the last bit of this chapter anyway, so guess what we get to do? Guess a lot of Bobs. Bobs? A lot of Bobs that are fucking what? That are chasing fucking motorcycle. A motorcycle with hands. And a machine gun. You'd be correct.
Not him again. Ah, it's like he's stuck to my boot.
Max,
You would have been.
if we don't do something fast, we're in serious trouble. Time to fight back, son.
Sounds like a good idea, but how?
Here. use
Yes, I
this.
can't tell that's a bomb.
So I throw this?
Yep. You toss it, and I'll grab another one. Just keep tossing them.
I'm not so sure if this.
You might want to fucking move me.
All right.
Time to show them who's boss.
It is really fucking easy, by the way. Ooh. And you miss. You son of a bitch.
It's on fire! Do something, you worthless lump!
Fucking what? You,
Why, I oughta...
what moving your mouth there, mate?
This doesn't look good, Max. He's gonna blow himself
What
up
year was
along
this
with
again?
whole train.
The first thing I'm saying is it's but poor taste. This is not age.
Lob another one of those bombs at me! Come on now! Do it!
Oh no.
Hey, mister! Don't you ever give up? You're starting to look pretty pathetic.
What's this?
That can be said for a lot of people, as we see later
I
on,
see.
including
So
this
you want-
fucking clown.
Let's go, punk! It's time to burn! What?
Sorry, you're trying not to induce a seizure because you're doing a poor job. But
It's you! How did you...
I think a better question is, how did you know who she was? We totally will see him again.
So that was how I met Monica. Even though it was the first time we'd met, I felt like I'd known her for a long time. Eventually,
almost like a
they
time
realized
paradox
the
or some
forest,
shit.
The train couldn't go any further.
I mean, to be fair, that's basically the whole game. It's a shit ton of time paradoxes because of how often we go back and forth in time and make changes to better the future.
Ah,
I'm already
stop
kind
by
of
our
wishy-washy
rock.
on time
Gonna
traveling
take
as
some work
a
to move
writing
that one.
concept because of how
That's fine with me.
many
I've got
inconsistencies
things
there
to do
are and how
here.
much takes effect between past, present, and
This
future,
place is the spirit forest in
and how
Dane,
many stories don't really
but it's
do all
different
that
than my
well with it
time.
in general.
Monica came from the future.
What I'm saying is really difficult to write time travel in any context. And
She
there are
came
very
to this
few that
time to
actually
do
write them
something
well.
very important. That's what she told me.
Funnily enough, I
No,
think this
you
game
wouldn't
actually
believe
is
time
one of those
travel is
exceptions that
possible.
does write them well.
It's crazy, but this was only the beginning of our unbelievable adventure. The real surprises were still ahead of us.
If we could restore the Great Elder's origin point, he could tell us who Griffin really is.
The origin point?
Yes, an origin point is where something begins. Like a flower, you first have to plant the seed in the soil before it will bloom.
Oh yes, way to tell us how time works.
In that case, the action of planting the seed is the origin point of the flower. In that way,
Okay, in
the
fairness, it
flower
actually
is the
isn't a
history
bad
that
example to
springs from the
use,
origin
considering
point.
that you're planting a seed and a plant grows.
In the same way, all things that happen in the future have their origin point in the past. But if that origin point is changed, the results can be terrible. And that's what Griffin has done. Griffin has sent his henchmen to this time, altering the origin points of my time. And now he is rewriting history as he sees fit. In my time, this
Not that he
forest
doesn't
was
chase the
where the
history
Elder
so that
spirits
none of this
Jurak
can happen.
lived. He was very wise and powerful.
Like, he's going through. There's something I
His great
realize.
power
He's
purified
going
the
through all his
forest
effort to
and gave
change
vitality
history,
to all the living things in
but
it.
he doesn't do it in such a manner that he's able to actually
But
get the
Griffin erased
Atlantelia
Jurak from
stones.
existence. And not only Jurak, all those with the power to challenge Griffin are being erased from existence too. I don't think he'll stop until he's wiped out the entire world. So,
But again,
someone
why hasn't he
has
done
to
that yet?
stop him. Even
It was
now,
gotten
my
bad up to
comrades
this
are
point.
fighting
You would
Griffin in the
think
future.
it would have.
And Max, I need you to help us.
Huh? Me?
Yes, you.
Yes, you have to.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right, I knew you would. Guess we're a team now, right?
And with that, Monica joined my adventure.
She's
An
the
adventure to
only
take
partner we
back
can
the
switch
true
to.
past, the true history that had been stolen by Emperor Griffin.
Going from 6 partners to 2.
Chapter 2, Resurrection of the Great Elder.
Might as well mention this now. Despite Osmond being in this game, he doesn't really do all that much. He's kind of just there. Also,
Let's
kind of
start with
fucky is that we
Zendaya.
don't see Tone, we don't see Ruby, we don't see Shao,
Max, you go
we
on
don't see
without
Goro
me.
despite us being in the forest.
I'll just stay here and work on
We
getting
don't even
Blackstone
see
running again.
Ungaga, even though we see the moon
Hey, Max,
people in this
we're gonna
fucking
have to
game.
work hard to shift this. Bring back anything
Even though
good you find
they're
in the
not good
forest.
rated.
Make sure you let us know if you need a hand.
Holy shit.
Okay, take care of yourself, Mac.
And you too, little girly pie.
You know,
You bet. Okay, let's go.
now I'll save it for much later when it's relevant. It has to do with the moon. And, you know, despite the fact that yellow drops exist. You don't see that either.
What's that?
It's a house all by itself. That's kind of weird. Let's check it out.
Yeah. Someone's there.
What?
Ah!
What is it? What do you two want?
Hey, you're from the Furbit tribe of Sindane, aren't you? It's so cute, all curly and everything.
Why?
Hey! Hey!
That's right. There's something I want to ask you, okay?
What is that phrasing?
This is how.
Oh, sorry.
Oh! Oh!
Have you heard of a being here named Jurak?
Ah!
I wonder why he got so mad.
You can't be fucking real.
Yeah.
You mean you don't know because you were pulling at his fucking whiskers? Jesus H. Christ Almighty.
Nobody's home!
I hear the Furbits are crazy about grape juice. And we brought all this grape juice too. Now what are we gonna do? If he won't let us in, I guess we'll just have to throw it away.
Kind of an acting shit out there.
Hey, it
Holy
worked.
shit. Doesn't help that the two protagonists is a rich kid and a princess.
Well, look at that. 3 of them. What? Oh, you want the grape juice, huh? Well, it'll cost ya. Let's see. I've heard you Furbits have a mysterious magical power to make things like houses and plants.
And by magic you mean with a fucking machine. Because God forbid they give us the ability to use the Atlantean to build stuff anymore.
What are you getting at?
I want you to use that power to help us.
Help you?
You probably know there's something strange going on. The whole world has become like one big deserted island. Everything's disappeared. At this rate, there won't be anything left in the future. I want you to use your building power to rebuild a town in this time.
No way! It's too much work. Besides, we got no time for that, so just run along now, will you?
What do you mean you don't have time for that?
He's saying he got that
If I
time
told
for
you,
it.
It wouldn't change a thing. Hold on, Rococo. Okay, you two, I think I understand. Come on over here and have a seat. The name's Conda. This here's Rococo.
I mean,
and this is Tobo.
we've seen him later, but like,
Pleased to meet
I
you.
really
So,
want to
what
make a
you
joke
two
of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
I'm
But the
Monica.
7 Dwarfs is a butterfly. I mean,
I'm
that's
Max. Nice
the
to meet you.
fucking Snow White in this case is a butterfly.
You know there's something wrong with the world, right? A great darkness is trying to distort the flow of time.
I was beginning to wonder about what was happening to our forest. Of course, I'd like to help out, but to be honest, we're in a bit of a fix ourselves. Even if we wanted to, we can't help you till we solve our own problems.
What's wrong? Tell us about it.
It's a long story, but it must have been about a
No
year
rush.
or so. One day, a beautiful woman got lost and wandered in here. We don't like humans too much, so we approached her carefully. Humans are crafty, cunning creatures. That's how we've always thought of you. But
Never
this
mind the
woman
fact
was
that a good
different
portion
to
of us are also fucking
Her
idiots.
soul was more beautiful than words can describe. Said her name was Holly. I had a feeling that wasn't her real name, but that didn't matter a bit. During the few days and weeks she was with us, she wove a sort of spell over us all. She had us in the palm of her hand.
All 7 of you?
Then, one day out of the blue, something happened. Holly left to search for food and just disappeared into the forest, never to return. A few days went by and still no Holly. We were so sad. It was like our hearts had been broken into a million little. There was no way we could go
Sounds like
on
a you
without
problem.
her. In those few short weeks, she had become an essential part of our lives. She was part of us all. So we formed a search party to search for Holly. A party of 4 set out for Rainbow Butterfly Wood, where she disappeared that day. But those 4 haven't come back yet either. I was sure I picked the most able-bodied of our tribe, but they turned out to be a bunch of goofs.
Well, something happened to them, and you couldn't be asked to figure out what.
So basically, at this point in time, I'm afraid we can't help you 2 out. You want us to use our special powers to help you, but the thing is, all 7 of us have to be here in order for it to work. Besides, we're really not in a helping mood. I'm pretty sure you understand.
That's quite a story.
I have a proposition to make.
I bet I can guess. You want us to go into the woods and find your 4 friends, right?
You mean you'll help us? Could you also keep an eye out for Holly? Each day without her brings us...
I understand. 4 or 5, what's the difference? So what does this Holly look like anyway? Any special features?
Special features? Let me see. Must have been something. Her hair. It was long.
How helpful.
No, wait.
How so helpful of you that you don't remember something as simple as her hair. Even though we see it in a flash.
The potato pies used to make were the greatest.
That's right, they were mighty tasty.
Ah, shit, that reminds me. I didn't get any of the fucking chest and palm links, because there's actually shit in there that comes out after you complete each floor.
Potato pie?
There's another thing that's kind of fucked. Like,
That reminded me of the potato pies
since,
you made for me
you
when
know,
I
we
was a
still have
kid.
fruits of Eden and stuff. Potato pie is for Max, the rich buffet is for Monica.
They were so
Gee, I
good,
wonder if
eating
we
them
had a
would
character
always
that
cheer me
used to
up.
have witch buffets. But you know, Monica's
The
no
most
genie,
delicious potato
so
pies in the whole world.
we had to give something, we had to give some character magic.
Could it be the Holly that the Furbits talked about was actually you, Mother? Just thinking that
Matter
made
of
my
fact,
heart beat faster.
if you're writing this letter, Max,
This was the
you
other
know
reason
that's
I
not
wanted
her.
to see the world, so that I could find you again, Mother.
Like,
even though the world
and I'm
had been
guessing
laid
it's meant to be
waste,
like
I had a
not actually
feeling
part
that
of the
you were
letter.
out
It's
there,
just during the
somewhere.
time of him speaking to himself. But he knows that's not her. But by the time he's writing the letter, he knows that's not her. Maybe he's just him being
beyond
fucking
here.
oblivious.
Lately, there seem to be some nasty monsters living in these parts. Watch yourselves now.
Oh yes, it's not like we could have cut the tree, cut the flower
Legend has
ourselves.
it that in these woods lives a mysterious rainbow-colored butterfly.
It's the name.
And anyone who lays eyes upon that butterfly never leaves the woods again. You know, I wonder if Holly and the search party we sent out went and accidentally found themselves that rainbow butterfly. Just be careful not to run into that rainbow butterfly.
What do you mean, be careful? What could we possibly do to prevent it?
If that happens,
If that happens?
just pretend you didn't see it.
Huh? Well, whatever.
No helpful.
Okay, we're off.
Oh, take this with you, boy.
What's this?
It's the Furbit's favorite thing in the world, grape juice. If you have this with you, those guys just might smell you and come running.
Okay,
Also,
I
just
got
now
you.
realizing the
Thanks,
audio
Connor.
being delayed.
Good. I'll be here waiting for you.
I think. Oh god, I didn't realize it because I didn't realize I didn't bother to check the texture pack. Because while the texture pack is loading through this shit, that's also slowing down the audio. Whoops. And I'm just now realizing that as we're 2 hours into this. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, you can even hear it when I'm going through the menu. It's like it slows down to a crawl because I'm using the texture. I'm not sure if I want. Actually, it's because of everything else that's running up. That might have been a mistake to try to use a texture pack for this. Because if I were to do this on my own, it would actually be fine. But, you know, the model, using the texture pack on top of everything else on the stream, yeah, that's slowing things down quite a bit. It's also quite coincidence when we're actually ending. Ow! I know it's actually going to be quite a while between then and now, especially if I'm choosing the grind, which I am. And that's going to be it. Here's hoping that the next time I stream is not going to be a fucking ordeal to schedule. Here's hoping. And yeah, I'm sadly not going to make this like a recording or anything like special content. It's just going to be a regular playthrough. Because I thought maybe I could do something special. I'm reasoning that's not going to be possible without some extra help. Which I don't have access to.